Hello, I'm Tiffany Wissner, and I lead product marketing for our core infrastructure and modern application services, which include many of our Silicon innovations. And I'm really excited to be a part of Silicon Innovation Day this year. And with me today is Jeff Barr, our Chief Evangelist. Jeff is an AWS veteran, and he's been with us since the launch of S3 and our first EC2 instance.
I'm super happy to be here as well, Tiffany. And as you mentioned, I'm our Chief Evangelist. And people sometimes ask what that really means. Well, it's pretty awesome. I get to work daily with our customers, our partners, and even AWS engineers. I get to learn from them in terms of what we can do ultimately to make their lives easier. And I get to use what I learn to tell our customers about exciting new AWS offerings.
And you wrote that blog for that first EC2 instance launch as well.
It's hard to believe, but that was way back in 2006. And you can go up and you can even find that blog post I wrote. I actually went and reread it today for another purpose. And it's pretty amazing to see just how much we've grown since that very first launch. But all the basics were there. But today we've got more than 600 different instances. We give our customers just a lot of choice, a lot of flexibility, a lot of ways to match the instances, the compute power and storage to their workloads. But after all that, we're still focused on our customers.
Of course, our customers is the reason we're here today. AWS Silicon Innovation was designed with our customers in mind. And so today, we wanted to talk to you about how some of you, our customers, are taking advantage of those silicon innovations in your applications. Now, Jeff, you were just talking to us about, as your role of Chief Evangelist, how you're really both teaching and listening from our customers. So can you just tell us a little bit more?
Sure. It's something I love to talk about. And so the thing that most people don't get is it actually works in two different directions. So of course, I love to speak. I speak, I stream, I write. I just share everything I can about all the amazing innovations that we're doing. And I want to make everything as easy to understand as possible and help for our customers to get started with what we do. But I also get to listen and to learn from our customers, and everything that I learn, everything I hear, I capture that and I share it directly back to the service teams, all in the name of our famous customer obsession. This is just a core value that we have, and we take this, we use this to keep pushing the bar, raising the bar, as we say, and to hold each other accountable for continuing to meet our customer needs and make these services just better and better and a better fit for customers over time.
Of course. And it's so great to hear having involved in both our launches as well as customer conversations, because it really helps us do a better job of communicating with our customers. And of course, at AWS, we're really, the customer is front of mind, and it's so exciting to see that the things that we're working on are really delivering real-world results for our customers. Now, I know I'm excited that I get to speak to our customers and hear about customers for different geographies and different industries. And listening to their perspectives, their needs, what they're interested in, that's really part of the best part of my job. And so today we're going to talk about some of those customer stories and really hear about so those customers are seeing great success with some of our silicon innovations.
Well, I really love to hear all about our customers. And the thing is, whatever we say about our tech, people say, yeah, that's okay, but you're the company, you're trying to sell me something. But when customers hear from other customers, they really get that direct endorsement of how we're meeting needs for our customers, and that it's not just bits and bytes and speeds and feeds, it's real world use cases. So let's talk about a customer who's benefited from what I think is one of the most innovative pieces of our silicon innovation over time, the Graviton processors. So what's your favorite Graviton-based AWS customer?
That's a lot. I don't know if I have a favorite, but I do have one. I'd love to tell you about Sprinklr.
Okay, I'll take that one.
Sprinklr is a software as a service company that provides 70% of the Fortune 200 companies a customer experience management platform, or they call it their CXM platform. And the CXM platform is gathering billions of end user conversations across 30 different digital channels. And then they're processing and analyzing all of that data to help provide insights to their customers, who then can take quick action on those insights.
Okay, so it's a compute problem, and they're going to take all this data in, they're going to ingest it, they're going to take it from a lot of different places, process it really quickly, and then what can they gather from that? What kind of insights can they get?
Well, for them, the compute performance is really what's helping to drive those insights, and it's really critical to their business. Their business is all about delivering on their customers, their service level agreements, so there's SLAs, and so it's important for them to be able to deliver the performance to meet those SLAs. But of course, that's not the only thing they care about.
So I'm just going to hazard a wild guess. I'm guessing that cost is another factor for them?
Yes, of course. That's where they're thinking both about high performance and cost effectiveness. And so, we think many of our customers are thinking about processing massive volumes of data and to be able to deliver insights, but they need to do that while they're managing costs. Sprinklr's just like that. They're really looking at how they can process more data for their customers while still optimizing costs. And they really care about both latency while managing those costs.
And I'm guessing because you chose this customer that adopting the Graviton actually allowed them to get better performance and optimize their cost?
That's absolutely right.
Wow.
Now, what they also is they did it by using one of our managed AWS services.
Okay, how did they do that?
So one of the easy ways customers can get started with AWS Graviton is by using our managed services. Simply by customers who are using a service that is supported by Graviton, they can really just, for them, it's choosing, instead of using non-Graviton-based instances to support that managed service, they can just use Graviton-based instances. So it's really simple. It's just switching the compute resources to Graviton-based instances under the service. And then they're ready to get started. So Sprinklr in particular moved their Amazon OpenSearch as well as their Amazon Elastic Kubernetes service workloads over to Graviton-based instances, and that's how they were able to start both benefiting from the performance and the cost savings.
It's been great to watch as we expand the range of Graviton-powered AWS managed services. So right now we've got Amazon RDS, we've got AWS Lambda, and we've got Amazon ECS. And so after they went through this migration, what kind of results did they see?
Yeah, they were able to reduce latency by 36%, and they saw a price performance benefit of up to 40%. And then what's even exciting is that it only took them 2 weeks to actually migrate all of their workloads over to Graviton-based instances.
So that's an incredibly fast time to actually make a migration from one processor type to another. And so they got better performance, they saved some money. What did they do as a result? What did that enable for them?
Well, what was exciting is they were able to really use those cost savings to be able to innovate in their application. And so they were able to fund features that otherwise weren't going to be feasible with their internal resources. So now they've actually been able to add new capabilities and analytics in their offerings because of the savings they were able to reinvest with Graviton.
I love that. So basically the Graviton let them unlock some innovation. And any other thoughts on how Graviton powers cost savings for our customers?
Yeah, for most of our customers, we see that they get about 20% cost savings with Graviton. But that's just by switching the exact number of instances over to Graviton. But we also see a lot of our customers can take advantage of the performance benefits and actually use fewer instances when they're using Graviton, which helps increase their TCO. So another customer we've seen had reduced TCO benefits by 87% by using Graviton. That was a combination of the cost savings and, again, being able to use fewer instances. And they were able to use those savings as well to reinvest in more innovation.
That's pretty amazing. Okay, so that's a great story of how Graviton has helped Sprinklr to process a large amount of data, and they optimize for both latency and its cost. We saw that AWS is helping customers to improve their performance and lower their costs. I love both of those. So this actually lines up really well with our frugality leadership principle, which probably is maybe just a close second to customer obsession, which, as we both know as long-term Amazonians, is just part of our DNA.
Absolutely. That's where frugality is really a founding principle of AWS from back in 2006, and it continues to shape everything we do today, from how we develop products to how we build greater efficiencies into our own operations.
So we've got a session coming up later today. It's going to dive deeper into how all of this great silicon innovation enables our customers to optimize their costs. But for now, you told me about one of your favorite Graviton customer stories. Could I tell you about one of mine?
Yes, please.
Okay, so I love to travel, and one of the fun parts of my job is I get to go around the world. I get to meet our customers really regularly. Just last month, I was in Istanbul, Turkey. I got to attend and speak at an AWS Community Day. I got to meet a lot of the local developers there. But for a while, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of customers and people just weren't able to travel, and as a result, they had some really unprecedented challenges. Our customer Webbeds, they give accommodations distribution to the travel industry. They had to make some very, very drastic changes as a result of all this instability in travel that came about due to the pandemic. They endured a 95% loss of traffic, and because of the travel restrictions, they had to save a lot of money. They had to react really quickly to the changing needs of their B2B, the business-to-business users.
So how did that company really be able to stay flexible and cut costs?
Okay, so this is one of those situations where the whole industry, the whole world just kind of shifts underneath them. We worked with them, we gave them some advice, and we asked them to do two things. So first they went and they started using EC2 Spot instances to run their fault-tolerant workloads. So as we know, those are the unused EC2 instance capacity we offer for very steep discounts, which can actually be up to 90% off of the on-demand prices. And by using Spot instances, they reduced their cost by 64%, so that's one fantastic result. And these are super flexible. There's no upfront costs, there's no usage commitments, and WebBeds was able to meet their unpredictable business demands, and they could both scale up and scale down as a result with their Spot instances.
Yeah, 64% is really incredible for a company, especially in those times.
I definitely think so. And again, really quick from idea to implementation, they were able to start using Spot instances in just 3 weeks. So those savings weren't something projected far out into the future. They saw those savings come in really quickly. So that was just the first thing. But after they started using Spot, they also said, well, we can use Graviton instances as well. And that gave them a 40% improvement in their CPU performance with the Graviton 2, so super significant there. So they got both cost savings and flexibility. And now they're able to grow beyond where they were before the pandemic. They're doing more searches per day than ever. And they were also able to delegate the day-to-day maintenance of their services to AWS. And just like your customer Sprinklr, they could put more energy to work on innovation and come up with new products and better ways to have a positive impact on their business.
I really love that to hear that how they were able to use those savings to really fuel their own innovation. So that's really a great customer story.
I think so. We have just so many amazing customers, and I think we've got 40,000 customers already who've used Graviton instances, and let's see, in fact, 48 out of the 50 of our biggest customers are using Graviton already. So there's just thousands upon thousands of these customers. So let's say we have a customer who's watched this, they're listening to us, they're saying, wow, it's time for us to try Graviton processors. What do they do next?
It's a great question. Now, for all of you, we do have user and migration guides and a GitHub repository. But if you're really interested in migrating to Graviton, I'd suggest a few things. First, as we talked about, find out if the managed service you're using supports Graviton. That's an easy way to take advantage of Graviton quickly. You can also explore the AWS Graviton Fast Start program. It helps guide developers how to migrate to Graviton, both using EC2 or managed services in as little as 4 hours. And then, of course, you can try using Graviton using the T4G free trial, so you can start it really easily and, again, for free.
These all sound really awesome. It sounds like there's just a lot of quick and easy ways for our customers to get started with Graviton.
Now, similar to the success AWS Graviton's delivered for customers like Sprinklr and WebBeds, AWS Trainium and AWS Inferentia are delivering huge performance gains and cost savings for our customers for their machine learning workloads. Now, last year at reInvent, we had 4 customers who came and talked about their experience using AWS Inferentia to really improve performance and reduce costs. At first, we had Screening Eagle, who's modernizing building inspection technology with ML. Actuate, who's converting any camera system into a smart camera using ML software. Money Forward, who's using AWS Inferentia to power a chatbot. And Leslie Data Miner, whose AI platform really delivers critical information and alerts to its customers.
Those all sound really awesome, and I'm just fascinated by the number of different customers that are using ML across just so many different use cases. And they're using Inferentia to get the best price performance for their inferencing workloads, and it just makes, we're now in this great time where we're suddenly democratizing all this ML at scale for just so many of our customers.
Yeah, that part about operating at scale is so important with machine learning. And Data Miner is just a great case study example in scale. Data Miner really provides an AI platform that detects early signs of high alerts and critical information by processing large amounts of data from over 500,000 data sources. The platform's really covering all types of events around the world from different formats such as images, videos, audio, and text, and across many different languages. And they're really using their alerts so that they can provide their customers quick information so they can mobilize on a response to events happening in the real world. And just as an example, Data Miner is an essential digital tool at Time Magazine because it's delivering early signals to breaking news quickly and efficiently. So reporters at Time Magazine said that they often see an event on Data Miner 10 minutes before they might see it on Twitter or any other medium.
So I used to be a news junkie, and I know that reporters absolutely have to stay on top of breaking news. And I know I do something similar as I'm writing for the AWS News blog, where I'm trying to make sure I understand the context in which I'm writing. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if Data Miner has just lots of customers in the news domain, but I'd also kind of figure this is great for monitoring and looking at corporate risk as well. So to do this right, you've got to process just a huge amount of data. You need something that's going to really scale well. And of course, like we've already talked about, it's got to be cost effective.
That's right. And that's exactly why they decided to use Inferentia. And one of those early efforts with AWS Inferentia using our Inf1-based instances, Data Miner saw up a 9x improvement in throughput through dollar for their natural language processing models.
Okay, so they used Inferentia, and they got not just better, improved scale and improved speed, but they also got lower cost. So all benefit in really 3 different ways.
Yes, and of course now with the benefit of those initial results, they've continued to migrate other models to our Inf1-based instances, and they saw overall of their models greater than 5x increase in throughput through dollar. And that included both for computer vision as well as additional natural language processing models. And so with those instances, they've been able to realize increased scale, increased speed, and lower costs. And they've seen increased accuracy for use cases too, using AWS Inferentia and the ability to be able to process more volumes of data and use more complex models.
Amazing. All right, so building on top of this first generation, the AWS Inferentia, we've already launched the Trainium-based TRN1 instances and the Inferentia 2-based Inf2 instances.
Yes, now in fact, some of our Inf1 customers have already started deployment the 2nd generation Inf2 instances. And Money Forward is a great example of that. Now, Money Forward is serving businesses and individuals with an open and fair financial platform that offers AI chatbot services that helps to deliver on their needs for corporate customers. And so they participated in last year's Silicon Innovation Day and talked about how it helped them save 50% on inference costs while reducing their latency by 97%. And now, based on their early runs on Inf2, they're seeing a further 10x reduction in latency.
It's kind of stunning just how quickly we're moving forward with hardware innovation. And the Trainium1, the Inf2, the successor already to the Inf1, great examples of just how quickly we're able to innovate on the Nitro system. And we've talked about this before, but it's this great collection of building blocks. We put them together in just a lot of different ways. It gives us, as the system architects, just a lot of flexibility to build just an increasingly wide variety of different EC2 instance types. And it's going to just help better match our customer workloads and help our customers innovate faster and faster and faster. So we've got this nice virtuous cycle, as we like to talk about. We delivered 3 generations of Graviton in 4 years, which I think is kind of amazing. And the customers, I think, are really appreciating it and benefiting from it.
It is amazing. We're so excited for what our customers are being able to do with AWS Graviton as well as AWS Inferentia and Trainium. Now, I know both of us could speak with lots more customers' examples, but I know our time is almost up for today, so.
You know, Tiffany, this has been just a really fun discussion. I'm always inspired by how our customers take effectively the raw materials we give them, the instance types and the services, and build amazing things and create businesses around it. I hope we're able to continue this dialogue with all of our customers out there as we meet them online and face-to-face. I love to hear about our customers today, about Sprinkler and web beds, 2 weeks and 3 weeks respectively to move their applications over to Graviton. Super, super impressive. And then realize savings and then use those to deliver further innovation. Like, what's not to like?
Absolutely. That's a great summary. And so, I mean, we're really innovating for our customers so that our customers can then innovate, and it's so exciting to see what they're doing with these technologies. So I really want to thank everyone again for joining us today at Silicon Innovation Day. Jeff, for joining me today, and then we hope you enjoy the rest of today's session.